Hello, and welcome to Brighten Your Corner Ministry. My name is Cindy Ann Lewis Walcott, and we are studying life lessons from the Holy Bible. Today's lesson I call Your Word is Your Bond, or Keep Your Word, no matter what. And we're going to study this lesson in Genesis chapter 38. Now, the entire chapter of 38 deals with this lesson. And we're studying this lesson with Judah. Judah is Jacob's son. Judah has taken a wife from the daughters of Canaan, and he has 3 sons by her. His first son, we're told, was wicked and therefore died without having any children. Now, Jacob said to the first son's wife, her name's Tamar. He said to her, stay in your father's house and be a widow there, and I'll give you my second son. And his second son, he told, go in, marry this woman, and have children by her for your older brother. The second son doesn't want this. He marries her, he obeys his dad, he marries her, but not the children part. There are no children. So he also died. Now, Judah is a little bit scared. And Judah decides to, he told the woman again, I guess based on their custom, this is what had to happen. He said to her, go to your father's house and wait. When my youngest son grows up, I would let you have him. But in the meantime, he really doesn't want to do it. He's afraid he's going to lose his last son, and so he really doesn't want to give her. And I would think she's quite older than the last son by now. He's not grown up yet. Anyways, so the woman's in her father's house, being a widow and waiting on this next husband. And she was told that, the boy's grown up and your father-in-law didn't keep his promise. So she decides to deceive her father-in-law. And this is what can happen when you allow your word to drop cold. When you don't keep your word, you invite deceit and all kinds of other things going against you. People don't trust you now, and so on. So this young lady, she said, well, somehow I'm going to have children by this family, because I was married there and they made me wait as a widow. She wasn't married to anybody else. She's waiting on her marriage to come from that family and her children to come from that family. So she hears now that her father-in-law is coming to take care of his flock. So she dresses as a harlot. So apparently they had different clothing, like a widow probably would wear a certain color or certain kind of garb, and a harlot would wear a different kind of garb. She dresses like a harlot and she waits there, and her father-in-law sees her and she's favorable in his eyes. And I don't even know how he didn't, well, I guess maybe she was veiled. And he goes in with her and sleeps with her, and she asks for a token, of the dalliance there. And he gives her his bracelet. Now he's gone his way and she's gone her way. And 3 months later, the message comes to him, your daughter-in-law is pregnant. She's played the harlot and he's ready to get on her, because he's now fooling himself into thinking, she didn't keep her word, when it was him that didn't keep his word. Anyways, as the story goes, she came to him when he called her into his presence, maybe ready to chastise her. And she says, well, I'm pregnant by the person that gave me these tokens. And he had to apologize, and he realized how wrong he was for not keeping his word. It's a long story, but it's an exciting story. And we've studied the essence of keeping your word, or when you make a promise, make sure you fulfill it. Even if you can't, you let the person know. In this situation, same kind of story, but deceit entered because she had to strategize on how to get what he's promised her. So the strategy she used was a strategy of deceit. And he realized in the end his error. And although some people say, and to some extent I believe, it is part of God's plan, because from that line, I think, came David. I hope you go read. It's very long, that's why I don't want to read it myself, and it's a nice little story, and the lesson in there is quite profound. And I would even say there's a war strategy in here, because I know one of the strategies of war is deceit. So you let them think it's one thing when it's another thing. And that's what happened here. She pretended to be a harlot just so she can get what she needed to get, or she can get the promise made to her fulfilled. Do have a great day. Please remember to give me a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. And go back and read this lesson. Genesis chapter 38. Keep your word. Your word is your bond. Whatever you say, mean it. Have a good day now. Bye-bye.